Hi, everyone. My name is Kim Bassett, and welcome to Fontis Insider. It is launch day, and I could not think of two better people to help me launch today, this Fontis Insider, than Kevin and Ted.
Today on Fontis Insider, we have two special guests, Kevin Derella and Ted Kosciak. These industry leaders come to us from Safeguard Business Systems, where they are responsible for the strategic growth, development, and support of Safeguard distributors in the print and promotional and web service industry. When not supporting their distributors, Ted is an accomplished Ironman competitor and loves spending time with his family in Boston. Kevin resides in Florida and has just accomplished his 1,000th Pilates class and is known on Instagram as a traveling Pilates man. Talking about igniting your brand, we are honored to have these experts with us today.
All right. I wanted everybody to see kind of a little bit of who you are. I want to explain, because for those of you who have no idea, they're all of a sudden they're seeing this live Fontis Insider. What is this, right? So we are in a world right now where we don't get a lot of face-to-face. And I have a lot of my own customers who are like, how do I grow my business? How do I gain more resources? How do I gain more tools? And so what I decided to do, I did a lot of work last year in helping and supporting my customers, but also in learning online marketing. And so now coming, into this year, I want my customers, I want potential customers to be able to come to one platform where they get to see and live, right? So they can ask questions, right? They can ask questions live to industry leaders like yourselves. We can have our customers on where they can promote their business and how they use our products. And then we bring our vendors on so they get, vendors live to, know what the latest trends are. So I am super excited about this.
You should be, Kim. This is fantastic. And I got to say, Ted and I'll speak for Ted here too. We're really honored to be your first guest on this show.
It is my honor.
Yeah, it's great. You have come such a long way in your business over the last few years. Just watching you grow and develop has been really a pleasure for us. And so we're proud of you. Congratulations. Well done.
Thank you. I think it helps that I love what I do, right?
Yeah.
And I have purpose in who I serve. And that's kind of what my philosophy is, right? Love what you do, serve others, and provide value. That is my core of whatever I do in life. It's against those three things. So
those are great principles to have, and people can fit that into a bigger, expanding story of whatever their business is. So that's perfect.
Yeah. And I want everybody to know that it's not perfect, right? I mean, you guys, I'm going to give a little bit of a relief here. I had my internet go down right before here. That's why we're a little bit late starting. So I'm kind of glad this is soft launch.
Yeah.
But like I said, I could not, having my two friends that I, partner with and work with, it is just such an honor. So Kevin and Ted have kind of like, they're going to each kind of talk a little bit about what we're doing. Which one of you again was going to talk about who Safeguard is and what we do?
I'm going to take that because I think it might be helpful for your listeners and viewers, kind of just understand who Safeguard is, where we fit into our parent company's puzzle, and just talk a little bit about the kinds of products and services that we offer to small, medium, and large businesses across the country. So Safeguard is a wholly owned a company called Deluxe Corporation. And many people might remember Deluxe Corporation as the check printer, a major check printer here in the United States. Actually, right now, they're probably the largest check printer in the United States.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Deluxe is over 100 years old. I think it's 106 this year. It's pretty amazing. And although a lot of people still think about them or think about us as a check printing company, we really, over the last 20 years, have been transforming the company into something very, very different. Checks are still an important part of what Deluxe does, and it's a really critical key piece. But really, we have transformed the company now into what we call a trusted technology-enabled solutions provider. That's a big word, but basically what it means is that we have products and services in many different areas, and I'll talk a little bit about each of them, but each of those are supported by technology in the way in which we deliver those products and services to business customers. So about 2 years ago, our company was reorganized. Deluxe was reorganized into 4 product categories, where prior to that, we used to be kind of segmented into different business segments, like financial, small business, checks, direct to consumer checks. Mm-hmm. Now we've reorganized the company into 4 main product categories. Payments, so think about electronic payments and all kinds of different kinds of electronic payments, sending and receiving, so remittance and those kinds of programs. Cloud, and cloud means sort of well, we host more than 1 million websites. People probably don't know that about Deluxe. So anything that has to do with the cloud in terms of web hosting, development, all those kinds of things. We have, of course, our check area as well. We still have that, which is an important product component. And then the last one, which is where Safeguard fits, is promotional. And we talk about promotional, we're talking about anything really that has a brand on it. So printed materials, marketing materials, collateral, promotional products, logo wear like this, right? All of those kinds of things fit under the promotional umbrella segment of Deluxe. And Safeguard fits under promotional, and Safeguard is a franchise-based organization. So we're sort of the feet on the street for the Deluxe organization, right? And our franchise owners or distributors, like Fontis, are out there every day supporting customers with products and services that Deluxe offers to businesses out there. And so we're really, really proud to be a part of Deluxe, proud to be part of their transformation, and proud to be a part of Safeguard, which, by the way, on its own is a 60-plus-year-old franchise organization. So a lot of history there, and success as well. Today we've got about a tremendous amount of experience, sure, that we can share with everybody. I mean, we've got over 200 franchise owners today, or we call them distributors, but they're franchise owners across the U.S. and Canada today. And Ted and I, as you said in the intro, we kind of are part of the support team for what we call our largest distributors within our network. And so we've both got tremendous amount of franchise background and experience. Ted's also got a lot of experience in the print world. So don't want to steal his thunder, but yeah, go ahead, Kim. You had a question?
I want to tout your guys' horns a little bit. I know, you know, how modest you guys are. And I mean, Kevin, tell them exactly. I mean, you've got an extensive background and experience in this in many different ways. And we're going to go into Ted's as well.
Sure. So, you know, I have been involved in franchising in one form or another for, it's getting close to 40 years, believe it or not. I know. I started when I was 12, Kim.
I know. That's what I was going to
ask. But yeah, I started out working with an organization, a small consulting firm in New Jersey, with 2 really extraordinary guys in franchising. One of them, the older gentleman, his name is Arnold Summers. His brother was the founder of Capezio Shoes, which for those of you in the dance world know that is a brand that's been around again for many, many years, and was one of the first franchise, shoe or that, footwear companies around. So he had a tremendous amount of experience there. And his son, Ron, was the founder of Lady Madonna maternity boutiques, who back in the 70s and 80s, those were a huge franchise brand. And they were the first company to do franchise lease departments with inside a department store. So I learned from 2 pioneers in the franchise world, and I worked for them for about 9 years, and then moved on from there to work for one of the largest janitorial franchise companies in the U.S., and I spent 18 years there. And then from there, I've moved on here to Safeguard. I've been here almost, going to be 9 years this year. So yeah, add all that up, that's 36 years, I think, in total, something like that. So
Yeah.
I've worked in all kind of various positions within franchising, selling franchises, developing franchises, mergers and acquisitions, sales, operations. So I've got a sort of a vast general experience across the board.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Yeah. And Kevin was one of the very first people from Safeguard that I met. And, you see a picture of Damon, my partner, and he and I together in those little reels. If you go back and look real close, you'll probably see Ted with my husband and I. So, and Ted, let's talk about your experience.
Well, Kim, I've been in the industry, the print and promotional product industry, my entire career, having started with the Moore Business Forms Company. At the time, they were one of the largest, if not the largest, printing company in North America. I was a sales rep, sales management, calling on a combination of accounts. They were small accounts, and as I moved into sales management, calling on large strategic accounts. From there, I left and became part of another franchise distributorship, selling printing and promo, very, very similar to Safeguard. That's when I first moved into the promotional products category, and that was great. It was perfect for my career, as I found out later on. And from there, I left and went to work for Staples Promotional Products. Staples was, and I believe they still are, one of the largest promotional product companies in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And I was a product specialist working with the strategic account managers, helping them build out and manage large storefront programs. And then from there, I ended up coming to work for Deluxe and moved over to Safeguard about 11 years ago, supporting yourself and many of the other distributors within our network.
Yeah. I have to tell you, the two of you do your job very, very well. There are times when I have been, calling on you and saying, help, help, help. And, definitely with both of your combined expertise and knowledge, I just don't think we would have gotten through last year without you. So thank you so, so much.
Well, it's our pleasure.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Yeah. So, so Ted, let's talk a little bit about what we're going into with Ignite Your Brand.
Sure. So let me tell you a little bit prior to the virtual show. Many or a handful of the Safeguard distributors wanted to get their customers closer to the branded products, branded apparel items, because that's the way that they brand and promote their business out in the field. So a lot of the businesses would hire out event halls, and they bring in they bring in promotional product vendors, apparel vendors. Could be anywhere between 15 and 30 vendors, depending on the size of them. And then they would invite their customers in. And that many of their customers would come in with a shopping list, no different than if you went to the grocery store. They'd all have events planned out for the course of the year. It could be, if you're a smaller business, you might have 1 or 2 events. If you're a larger business, you could have 15 or 20 events. And the customers, along with their respective sales reps, would walk the floor, talk to the experts, which were the vendors, and look at different products that would fit their particular event. So at the end of the show, they'd work with their sales reps. They would get samples, take a look at them, and then they end up purchasing whichever product best fit their event. It was great. It was great for the customers because they could touch and feel everything, and it was great for the sales reps and the vendors because they can get face to face with the people that are using their products.
Yeah, I know that was something that we were trying to do last year. We had one scheduled for May, right?
Sure.
And then we all got shut down. And, you guys, by end of last year, you guys, completely flipped, and you did an Ignite Your Brand virtually last year.
Yes.
It worked out fantastic.
Right. So the pandemic hit, and all of a sudden the world is a whole lot different. Everybody's going virtual. So we said, how can we do that? So Kevin and I got together, worked with a great team of people within the Safeguard network. And we did. We put on a virtual show back in the fall. We actually had 3 of them with 3 different themes. So customers could come on ready to shop for that particular theme. And the first one was holiday, right? Holiday gifts for customers and employees. The other one was working from home, how to keep employees engaged and connected. And the last one was ideas for meetings and trade shows for 2021. It went off great. Customers had a lot of really, really nice things to say about the show, about the presentations that the vendors did, and we had a lot of success with it. So as we turn the page to 2021, we're still not going out anyplace. So we said, all right, we had a lot of success with those three shows. Let's do another one. So we have one coming up on February 16th, which is next Tuesday. Starts at 2:00 Eastern time. And the theme for this year, for the first show anyway, is what's trending in the marketplace and what products are part of what's trending. So we got three great vendors. We've got Sanmar, which is one of the top apparel vendors in the industry. We have PCNA and we have Gemline. All three of them are presenting, and Gemline actually was just chosen as vendor of the year. So we're really excited to have those three vendors on.
So I'm really excited, and in my little scatter with internet going down, my masks for Fontis are from Gemline.
Oh, there you go.
And I just want to put it out there because I'm going to say this throughout the next, little bit of this broadcast. If you go to see where it says fontisinsider.com, down where my name, where my name would normally be, if you all go there and you'll click the link to register and you'll put your email in, we will contact you and we are going to send you one of our Fontis masks. And they are from Gemline. And let me tell you, they are fabulous. It has everyone that I've given it to, every customer, every friend, or anyone. It's got the little nose piece. It's got the adjustments in the ears, and the inside is like baby soft. It's just it's a great mask. So Gemline is a great one. Sanmar is going to be coming on next month for Fontis Insider. So yeah, I'm super excited. I want everybody to get out there and go to fontisinsider.com, register. It's free, you guys.
Right.
It's free. If you want to know more of how to grow your business, what resources to have, right?
And the other thing I would add to that, Kim, for folks is that you only need an hour. It's a 1 hour virtual event. So I know one of the things that we talked about when we were developing the virtual events is how do we make it fun, exciting, keep it fast paced? Because it's real easy to get distracted in front of your computer. It's not like we can have people coming to an event hall where they're going to meander around a trade show for a couple of hours and maybe have a bite to eat with us where we can talk. So we realized we needed to keep it fast paced, keep it fun and exciting. We're going to give away prizes. So that's always good. There's actually prizes. We will do a drawing for all the pre-registered folks. So if you register before the event, your name will go into a hat, and we're going to give out 3 prizes that are donated by our vendors, suppliers, and then we'll also be giving away some products and gifts during the event. So lots of chances to win some prizes.
Yeah, and I'm telling you from experience, the prizes are good.
Yeah.
Definitely well worth attending. What are some of the gifts you did before? I can't remember some of them.
Oh gosh, we had. I know one set was this beautiful leather business set, like a leather binder and a case to put stuff in, all embossed with the company logo on it, your company logo. So whoever won the prize, we put their company logo on it. So it's all about branding, right? And promoting your business. And just like you're doing, Kim, with the face masks, it's the same thing, right? So, all of the prizes will be branded or embroidered, whatever needs to be done to the products. We gave away some great jackets, maybe some North Face jackets last year or Columbia jackets last year.
Yeah.
What else, Ted? Do you remember?
No, I don't.
Seriously, how many? There's like hundreds of thousands of products. If you go up to gofontis.com, right, for our Fontis company, you click on there and there's hundreds of thousands of options there for you.
Yeah, it's almost too many, right? So that's why it's important for business folks, for people who are trying to make those decisions, to work with someone like you, Kim, so that you can kind of work with them, talk through what they're trying to promote, what they're trying to accomplish, and then you can narrow down the field for them and bring to them, here's 6 choices that I think might work for you. Otherwise, it's overwhelming. And I think that's part of the reason when we do these virtual shows, we want to make them quick and fast. And we want to just talk, in somewhat in generalities about what these things are good, but show specific products, right? How
Yes. No.
so those things will work really good. And it'll give folks some ideas to then go back and work with their safeguard advisor, like you, to work on projects, right?
Yeah, that's one of my specialties. That's what my customers say that I do the very best for them, other than follow through and is having that special touch, right? And that's where, we've been able to do it by phone and by Zoom. A few of my customers I've been able to go in and see in person, but that's why this platform is I'm so passionate, and it's important to me because, we're missing some of that, and we get to do it this way, right? They have
Yeah.
one place they can come and do this,
Yep.
and they can do it live.
Yeah.
Right?
And I think people are looking for that kind of a connection these days, for sure.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
We're all wanting to get out of our space, even if it's only virtually. We kind of get out of our heads and into someplace else that's on the screen.
So I want to ask, because you guys are just seasoned, experienced, in this industry. You get to hear the rumblings, and I've heard it throughout my whole life, and I just roll my eyes. Print is dead. We don't need promotional because we don't have trade shows anymore. I know what I say, but I'd like to really hear what the two of you have to say. And I know I'm kind of spurring this on, at the last minute on you. I didn't prep you for this or anything. So,
well, I will say, because everybody's virtual now, having a shirt branded, some type of shirt, pullover, what have you. Kevin's a great example.
I guess I'm not a good example.
Well, me neither. but that's a good reason to have. The apparel is still a great idea for employees, because you're always doing something virtual. You're doing something either with one of your co-workers, or in many cases with customers.
Yeah,
and you want to be top of mind, right?
Exactly. You want it in front. You think about the cost of a pen, okay, that maybe, well, look, I've got a Marriott pen here. You can see that. I mean,
I do
the
have a
cost,
Fontis pen.
and you've got a Fontis pen. So, I mean, very inexpensive. But I've got this Marriott pen probably for a year now, looking at it every day, right? So think about all the impressions you get for a very small price.
How that subconscious.
Yeah. And then, the whole thing with trade shows, promotional products, have been very often used as a giveaway at trade shows, right? And now there's no trade shows because they're virtual. Well, guess what? We can create virtual trade show promotional products that you then send to your attendees at home. I've got a great example here. If I could take off my headset and show you real quick. Sure. Hang on a second. I'll come right back.
Okay.
Yeah,
so while he's doing that, Ted, I want you to you're the print guy. You're my go-to, and I'm having a trouble with the print. I want you to talk about that.
Okay. I think Kevin's ready.
Not sure if you can see it. It's kind of big, but this is a box that came to my house because this was for an internal deluxe sales kickoff that we just did a couple of weeks ago. Okay. And inside this box, when you open it up, you'll see there's several other boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Yeah. And it says, "Welcome to your 2021 sales kickoff experience." I'm going to put this down now because it's kind of big, but each one of those boxes contained some kind of promotional product that went with either a particular event or through part of our networking. So, for instance, this is a mouse pad that we got that was to start our day. We got that, and I think and a book, a binder to keep notes in. And that was number one. They told us to open that right away. And then we had another one that had a coffee mug and some other stuff for our coffee break. We had some candies and treats for other things. So it was really a great way to feel connected in a virtual event. And we can do that for anybody. You can do that for anybody, Ken.
That is fantastic. And you know what? If you wouldn't mind taking some pictures, I'm definitely going to promote that. That is amazing.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool idea.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah,
wow.
You bet.
See, everyone, there is huge value in attending this show.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Those are the kinds of things we'll talk about. And very often the vendors or suppliers that work with us will do, they'll be part of the process where they'll help us make sure this stuff gets distributed properly. Wow, so we've got lots of support everywhere.
That's awesome. So Ted, you are my go-to print guy. And so you have years and years of experience, and you've probably heard throughout your career that everyone says print's dead, right?
Well, that's what they say.
Right? And it
it's
keeps
it's
printing.
it's just different. It's just different. If you go back, I don't know, 25 years ago, you know, communication and information flowed through a company off of business forms, right? Went from one department to another to another. Well, technology came in. A lot of that need for business forms has kind of gone away. But there's still a need for sales collateral, full color printing. There's studies that show that people like it when they have something in their hand and they can read it and they can touch it. That just affects their senses differently. So the sales collateral hasn't gone away. It's continued to be a big part of the business that we do. And on top of that, direct mail. I know everybody doesn't like getting junk mail, but direct mail is as big as it's ever been. That hasn't gone away.
I don't think it's going to either.
No, it isn't. It isn't. So I was just going to say, no. I don't see print dying. It's just kind of moving around a little bit.
And it's a lot more targeted today, I think, in programs. Because you can kind of micro-target. There's all kinds of different programs you can do when you're doing direct mail. But, people don't have to send out 100,000 pieces anymore, right? You can be very, very narrow and very, very select.
So and teacher, go ahead.
I was just going to say, even in that piece that Kevin showed us, there was a sales collateral piece inside that box when we got it.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, there's a lot of printed material in there.
Yeah, the one thing that you touched on, Ted, that kind of gave a trigger for me. So the 7 years of teaching that I did, that and and training and everything else I've been involved in with all my different careers. It's that kinesthetic. So we have the visual, right? Mm-hmm. Because our kids and everything, I have 6 kids and grandkids, is that visual element. We have the auditory learners, but we still have those kinesthetics, right? That touch, that touch and feel. I was talking to one of our vendors today for a customer, and she's an apparel vendor, and she was just like, Kim, she's like, that touch, people still want that touch, right? Mm-hmm. And so we were discussing, the different ways of doing that. But I think paper, even though I can read on a Kindle, I still buy a book. I like to highlight and touch and feel that paper. And our friend Ramona loves the smell of paper.
Yeah, that's right.
I think we'll have her on one time.
Oh, she'd be a great guest for you to have, for sure.
Right?
But I love the whole thing about listening to a book on Audible or something like that and having the book. How about that?
Oh,
yeah,
I've done that
a couple of times, and it's kind of a neat. I don't know. It's special. It's different.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Well, you guys, thank you. Is there anything you would like to say in closing? We're going to kind of close it up here in the next couple of minutes.
Come to our Ignite Your Brand show next Wednesday.
Absolutely.
It's Tuesday, right, Ted? Let me get it straight.
It's 16th. Tuesday.
The 16th. Go to fontisinsider.com to get a link to the registration, and you click that link and get registered, and we want to see you all there.
Yeah, it's going to be so great. And we're going to have a section. Oh, go ahead, Ted.
No, I was just agreeing with Kevin. It's going to be great.
It is going to be great, you guys. I mean, there's prizes, all right? And it's an hour. It's an hour of your time. I try to keep Fontis Insider to a half hour, right? So we can have it just a short period of time, but this is an hour, and you don't have to spend money, hotel, or anything else like that to go to a trade show, right?
That's right. And we're going to keep it fun, fast-paced. It's going to be, believe me, everybody who comes to it will get something out of it. I'm sure of it.
Yes.
Yeah, for
Absolutely.
Sure. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for coming. And everyone, I can't even tell you. Let's see. I'm trying to get my stuff here. I am so excited. And I'm so grateful for these 2 great men that I get to work with on a regular basis. And please go to fontisinsider.com. Go register. There's 2 links. There's one at the top. There's one at the bottom. That website's going to continue to get updated and change. There's also a video on the website. I forgot to mention that, of the previous Ignite Your Brand. So you can kind of see what it's like. So if you're kind of wondering, is this worth my time? Go check out the last one. I can guarantee you, if it's Safeguarding Deluxe, they're going to up their game every single time. So you guys have a wonderful day. Appreciate you coming and joining us for our launch today. And you guys have